Morning all. Today, bit of a different one. There's some World War II bunkers that we're going to. We'll try and get them on film and whatnot. I think there's like 3, maybe 4 bunkers. I think the 4th one might have caved in or whatever, but we'll have a look.
And it's 4, the end one.
Yeah. We want to do some magnet fishing today. We haven't done that before, and we know that there's a waterway that runs along it. So if we're going to find anything, that's where we're going to find it. So we'll bring you back when we get a bit closer. We're not going to film much of the hiking as such, just unless there's anything interesting to look at. But until then, we'll bring you back in a minute.
It'll be a fun one. We've never magnet fished before either.
Yeah, no, that's it. Either that, we're going to fall in, or probably find a grenade or something on our face, like try, and then it'll just be wasted the day waiting for the police to come and sort that out. But yeah, okay. So we've just stopped to get that in the shot. An old fort. We're definitely not getting over there today because other than the sandbank there's no other way to it, and the tide's in.
You can actually get out there at low tide, but the problem you have is it comes in so quick, and the riverbed has changed. It is a river.
Yeah.
The riverbed changes so much that you'll easily get stuck out there. So we need to plan that. But there is one.
I mean, where we're going is going to be right in the distance, somewhere over there. That's going to be hang on, a bit blurry. That'll be where the other ones are. We'll get to them because we actually have to pass them and whatnot, but just wanted to put that in the shot.
So these are all World War II forts, and they were, in theory, what history says that they were for stopping submarines coming into the channel. I fished out there and the water is deep. You know, the lane drops about 100 foot or more. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can see it, to be fair. Hang on. Right, so there's that. Because it's quite misty out there. No, you can't see. There's a ship. You can just see the silhouette in the mist. I don't know, it seems to be a running theme that when we're out and about, there just seems to be a crap load of mist. But whatever. Right, we'll bring it back when we get closer to the actual bunkers. Right, okay, here we are, just in the distance over there. That's the first one that we're approaching. Like we've already said, these was built in 1940 as World War II prep, because all that was water at one point. And obviously taken over by marshland.
Yeah, and however many types of birds. It's protected area now because there's a crap load. We just saw a big heron flying off somewhere, but there's always a ton of birds kicking about. But yeah,
it's funny because from here it looks just like an abandoned shed, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And they are essentially, it's what they are. They're just reinforced
it's
structures,
just
aren't they?
Big concrete blocks at this point.
They were manned, gunned positions, just in case the Germans decided to land on the river, and which is why we showed you the forts earlier, because they were to prevent ships coming up and down the river. It was a massive shipping port where we lived.
Actually there.
Biggest in the country, in fact, and they expected, just like all the other bigger cities, for this to be attacked and bombed.
Yeah.
And there were bombings.
Yeah, because they knew this would have been a foothold.
Yeah, absolutely. But they expected that the Germans to land here.
Yeah. And sort of on a side note as well, we've you might have seen, I think it's part of the video, the channel description or whatever, we don't have one type of thing that we're doing. We're emphasising on adventures. So it's not going to be all hiking or all one thing of anything really. It's, if we fancy doing something, we're just going to do it, and if it's interesting or we get some footage that's worth filming, we'll put it on. If anybody finds it interesting, cool. If not, it's just for us to look back on. But if you've made it this far in a video, we'd appreciate like a subscribe or a like or whatever. Just let us know, you know, somebody else is appreciative of, you know, what we've got in the country.
Absolutely. Or not.
Yeah.
Comment and say, actually, guys.
Yeah, you suck.
You suck. Give us some feedback.
But please don't everybody just write you suck. That would
We might end up crying.
That would, you know, we're trying to push mental health and whatnot, and I don't think that's going to help either of us. All of a sudden we'll just disappear.
But give us some feedback. It'd be really appreciated. Even if it's a thumb down, we know then at least it's not what you want to see.
Yeah.
And we won't record these adventures in the future. We'll do them. We might not record them, but
yeah, we'll move on to something else.
Absolutely. If you go to the playlist, what we will do is make it a bit more structured in the future. As I'd said before, we're learning. You know, the videos won't be the best quality.
Yeah.
Our audio won't be the best quality, but as we get a bit better and a bit more confident, we'll structure it a bit better for you guys, and there will be a playlist so you can pick the bits you find interesting.
Yeah.
Ignore the bits you don't.
Yeah. So hopefully, you know, whatever. I know we're right near it now. I'll bring it back when we're going in. I know we can get inside. Last time I heard anything about these, there was just filled with rubbish and just disappointingly like junky crack houses. So we'll have a look and see what's there.
I think some of them they were clearing, so hopefully we can.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get in them.
Yeah. Right. Well, here's the first one. Clearly, someone's left their note out for Santa. I don't think he's going to visit here. Yeah. But yeah, it's full of water and God knows what else. And at one point, when I saw it before, it was
this one's empty right on the right, mate.
Right, so I'll come round there and go through the window in a minute. But you can imagine somebody stood up here, keeping an eye out on watch.
Might be coming and attacking.
Yeah.
But it's the high ground.
Yeah.
These holes are really, as you see on most of the compounds, they're really small and they widen out inside, so you can actually angle your rifle left and right.
Oh, there's a heron just flying off. I believe that's a heron. I looked at. But yeah, all this marshland here is all protected now because it's got however many species of birds and whatnot. And I know there's a live fire area somewhere right in the distance, and the fort is there. And these go down all the way along, and there's a few further down there. The last one that we get to, that's where the water run along is next to it. That's where we're going to be magnet fishing. So obviously this is all dry here and it's kind of pointless throwing a magnet in there. We're not going to find out.
But keep an eye out for a future video because we might bring a
metal detector.
Metal detector down here.
Yeah, that'd be good. Although I think the second we walk out, we're going to be full on never-ending story sinking in here. But yep. Anyway, I'll have a look through the windows. So here's the other side of it. Yeah. They're not very big for space, and then it's so disappointing though to see all the crap that's been dumped in there. I mean, I've seen it in the newspaper last time it was cleared out, and it was full to virtually the brim of just junk and needles and garbage. It didn't last long of being empty.
I bet if you can see that, if you turn around with the camera and just show. So obviously the water would have come in here. So there's a fort between this embankment. There's a fort between us and that. Obviously a landing. Between them is another fort in the deeper part.
Yeah.
And then the other side, which will be a great explore one day, is Sperm Point.
Yeah.
And obviously they've got the military embankments there. They've got big gun turret areas where they were obviously anchored down. So they were really protecting this side of the river.
Yeah. You can't really see in the distance the next one. I don't know how far between each one there is, you know, in distance. Obviously they're stationed at certain points, but anyway, I'll bring it back if the next one, when we get to it.
Right then, number two. Don't know how far they're apart they are. They're probably a couple of 100 yards. It's way in the distance over there. Anyway, very similar to the last one. We haven't actually gotten into it yet. I suspect if it's out like the other one, it's probably full of crap as well, which is really disappointing for where we are because we're on a bit of a protected reserve. Yeah, you can see this one hasn't actually been started to be cleared out yet.
Yeah, we dug it out.
No.
So unfortunately this area floods as well, and it fills them with sand and grass. So I don't suspect they've cleared any of that.
Can hear gunshots in the distance.
Yeah. I was just saying, we had some shotguns in the distance, so we don't know if you heard it. I mean, these windows here, virtually, you can see how fast sometimes the water comes up. These are virtually covered with grass and mud and sand. Anyway, nothing much here to show you. We'll keep walking. We're all the way down there into the distance before we start magnet fishing, so we'll catch up with you on the next one.
Alright, here's the third one. They're progressively getting more crappy and, you know,
Buried.
I think this mound of mud on the top though, my guess is that they've dug it out at one point and they've dumped it on top and then just left it there. Yeah, so. They have lot, yeah.
You can see here, the actual sand and the grass is going in through these ones. So.
Yeah, we know we're not getting in these, but
maybe we'll bring a spade one day and dig them out ourselves. Yeah. Preserve history.
I mean, I don't really fancy crawling through it because, like I say, I know junkies and whatnot, this is like a heaven for them, like a crack den. The next one's not as far down there, I know it's not. There's you can see some trees in the distance, so we're going to bring that up because that little area is kind of interesting to us, but we'll talk about that when we get near it. What we're hoping is because there's two runoff either side, so the bunkers are down right in front of us. Obviously there was coastal on one side, Taylor's coming up behind me trying to run, and then the other side there's also runoff, so it's like ditches, so it's got fields on one side. So we're hoping to find something that's running along here somewhere. Be ideal. I mean, a bit of a track.
That Meridian Way marker there.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. But hang on, we've got to go right into the distance over there, but that's one side of it, runoffs, and the other side is obviously marsh on this side. But when we get further, because there's I think two more bunkers. The last bunker's a bit cooler than the other three, or less boxy if you like. We know you can get into that one a little bit easier, only a little bit easier mind you, and I don't know, it's just worth looking at, and obviously that's when we'll pitch up and start magnet fishing. Right, we're at the last one. Just hang on, zoom in a little bit. You can see a little bit of it there and a little bit of it there. There is actually an entrance somewhere around there, which we're going to obviously go into, and the water that we're going to be magnet fishing is running along it. You can hear it if I shut up, or maybe you can't, I don't know, I'm just on a phone obviously. But
so there's a bit of a river there, isn't there, and it runs all the way through to the left with a bit of a lock and an inlet.
Yeah, so I'm assuming if you're here in your soldiers and you're dumping stuff wherever and you're leaving stuff lying around, it's going to end up down there. But I mean,
the bunker sits right at the side of it. I think if you're chucking anything and not wanting to carry it,
yeah,
this is where it's going, isn't it?
Straight down there, yeah. But, and obviously someone's handily written 4 on the side of that bunker for us. Not that we didn't know it was the 4th number. The trees, I was just going to say, the trees that we was pointed out are in there, in here. We did see this area a while ago, and we'll go in and have a look if you want.
Yeah, it's a bit exposed now, but when it was, what, August time?
Yeah.
Was really covered, well covered.
Yeah.
Prime for a bit of a wild camping spot, really.
Yeah, because that's one of the things on our list. We are going to be camping, doing a lot of wild camping.
Lots of wild camping.
I mean, this is a nice open area. Somebody's had a similar idea, I'm guessing, little burnt bits of wood and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think we did find a bit of a tarp or a bit of a...
It was over there.
Over there, yeah, denned area, but those trees go in a little bit and it looks probably smaller than it is.
Yeah.
But you can actually go in there and be fairly well hidden away from the path.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, we just literally go and hide in the bunkers. But anyway, right, we'll take you to the bunkers now and have a look in there. Yeah.
Never noticed it before.
We've never seen that they do actually run all the way along there. We were saying all the way down, why would they just stop here? Considering that, you know, it runs that way. Obviously there's more bunkers the further down you go. I mean, we're not going to bother going to that one over there because where we're going, the water's here and the bunker's here, and this is the one that we're about to go in now.
This side, this one's actually arching with a bit of a captain stone on.
Yeah. Yeah, this one.
I noticed last time.
I mean, we're definitely...
Is it wet?
Nah. I mean, it's wet, but it's not...
I'm going in.
Oh, yeah. Let's just have a look anyway. We'll have a look down here. Right. So the only way is down there, then down there.
Yeah.
Under here, under there, into there, or into there. But
right.
Well,
you never see me again.
That's it. I'll film him falling down it, and then
bunker.
Then I'll go down there as well and have a look.
Do look out for a part 2 video, because actually, as I've said earlier, or on another video, I'm a bit like a golden retriever. And now I have seen those, I am coming back to explore.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit of a step here. We're probably 18 inches this next step. Which my old knees don't like. Oh yeah, a bit sloppy, but we keep our feet.
Yeah, we'll be alright.
We'll be alright.
I'll wait till he disappears underground and then I'll go down there as well.
You hear me screaming?
Yeah, it's just me. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go down there as well.
Very, very small, I'm not quite sure.
Where's this one?
Again, viewing windows here.
I mean, I'm a big dude. I ain't getting through this hole. But I mean, I probably could if I crawled. I ain't crawling through nothing. I'm gonna go look in the other one in a minute.
You fit in that one?
Nah. That's more of a hobbit door, mate, so I left it for you.
Well, thanks, buddy.
Right. Here's the other one. So I'm guessing, there have been steps here. Because obviously there's where they can look out. Yeah. But again, it's just full of crap, which sucks. But still, it's definitely cool in here. And I'm guessing Taylor's got into that other one, so I'll shut up and I'll film him.
Right, squeeze in. So that's probably only, I don't know, 18 inches, 2 foot wide, probably 2 foot. Who am I kidding, 18 inches, I won't fit in that. Squeeze in. So this one's a bit more of a reinforced, like prefab almost. Construction. Obviously arched, bit more support. You can see how buried it is. It's a bit of a shame, I say a shame. It's a bit of a shame in that sense that it has been cleared out and dug a little bit. I'm thinking this is a bit of an old swallow's nest, I don't know if you guys can see. Obviously nothing in there this time of year, they've migrated. Which is cool. Bit of a swallow's nest in here you had at the peak. And up here actually as well. There's another nest, you can see the hole there. Be nothing in it this time of year. I love the construction, I love it arched. And obviously then you can see out where we're going to be magnet fishing in a minute. Oh. Thought I'd better film when I'm trying to come out just in case I end up falling over. It always makes for good content. And there's where that culvert, that bridge runs out and through. I think the thing with this bit is it's fairly slow running water, and obviously it floods and all drains into this, but we're kind of hoping anything that maybe have been abandoned in here has perhaps sat here for a little while. We'll see. First cast, see what happens. Plop. Now we are far too unlucky for there to be anything on the bottom of that, but I'm recording it anyway.
But on the plus side, it also don't feel like there's a crap ton of weeds on the bottom of it, and that's what I was concerned about.
Good dunk, and then it's stuck for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll bring you back if we find it interesting.
Yeah.
I said dinner. A little trout.
First find.
First find. Hopefully not the last. People are down this edge then.
Yeah. Bring it over to the camera.
It's well rusty. Doesn't look like it's been there very long. A little bit rusty, but then I think it's stained. Oh no, it's not stainless. First find. You know what that'll make a good trial for, don't you? When we're wild camping, Ad.
Yeah, that's it. Take it with us.
Let's keep that.
We'll hide it in that camping spot we were just looking at.
Yeah. Right, see if there's anything else down that edge. And that's where it's going to be in it, because clearly you can see where people have trodden.
Yeah.
If they're going to drop anything, they're going to drop anything down this edge. Really not very deep down there though.
Yeah.
Although the sand is going to be, you can see the edges.
Yeah, I know.
Feels there, see that? Just there.
Yeah.
It feels like it was a bit heavier then. No, nothing. See what I mean when it gets a slack? Sediment was a bit rusty. Oh, as well, one thing we haven't shown yet, guys, tied into that side, a little crab net we found tied up. Not really worth showing you.
Unless we have to clean something.
Unless we have to, yeah, unless we have to clean something. Actually, it's a good shout, Ad. We'll rinse it off in the water. They usually have a bit of a lead weight on the end of it, don't they? Don't think it's there. Anyway, we'll come back if there's anything more.
Got some up. Or is that just crap?
Bit weird, I think.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Just saw that. Yeah, it's just crap. Yeah. Sandy shite.
We'll have a little look in that range ditch.
Not that.
No, back where we was, near the bunker. The actual ditch, where the bridge is. And that's what it did for me a minute ago. It felt like it caught something.
Yeah. It did feel like it had something with it, but
Actually next to the bunker, if anything, that's what I think they're going to chuck.
yeah, good point.
And under the bridge, underneath, inside that tunnel.
Oh, from the other side.
Do you know what I mean? Just a little bit resistance down in the water there, so it's catching on something and letting it go.
I think it's just weed, because as soon as I pull a little bit, it just goes. Either that, it's a bit of a bank.
Probably a bank.
Yeah, because I'm cutting through the sand now. I can see the trail I'm leaving.
Probably need a bit longer rope as well, isn't it?
Yeah, for like proper places it does here, it'll be alright.
You're tied on.
Yeah.
He said. Caught my own hand.
Yeah.
Like that, you see how that
so
drops
it's
down then?
Summer, yeah. And then you can see like a sand trail behind it, so it's like it's a bank.
Like that.
Yeah.
I'm not pulling it enough, so.
Yeah.
And there. Yeah. I wonder if it's pulling through the sediment, maybe.
Yeah. Kind of what I was thinking.
But as well, it's how it's. Oh no! Ah, it looked like there was something on it. I don't know if that was just sediment. there's definitely a little. I'm almost certain there's something there. That's heavy, or heavier. Come on, do something. It also meant it was an M1 Grand, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm gonna be that lucky. No.
I'm guessing this has been like.
I think this is.
At some point.
Yeah, I think this has been well. I do think that little canal, a little river with a brick bridge is where we probably need to be.
Yeah.
Going. Another truck?
Yeah.
We almost need less of all up on one time to be doing this, really, don't we?
Yeah.
Back down the edge where we caught the trout.
Yeah. I reckon next time we just drive to here.
Yeah.
I'd have driven today, but she's got a car.
Well, I could have driven.
I could have driven.
Yeah, I could have driven, mate. Oh.
I was going to say, don't swing on the fucking
Don't catch the wall.
Yeah, there's a pipe there.
Right. Oh. That was a bit of a shark.
Yeah, because I won't even do fucking jumping, is it?
Oh, that's the spot.
That was not the plan though. What do you reckon? Try the other side?
Yeah, I reckon. We'll take our rubbish with us.
That's not rubbish, that's treasure.
Well, it's treasure. Yeah, my bad. It's treasure. Right, so we're on our way back. Nothing really at that the big lock, other than the trowel and the crab net, which you know, obviously we've took because we're not going to leave the rubbish there. But
plus, today's kind of more of a scout out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we know the things that we need.
Unfortunately, the brick the brick bridge we wanted to fish off, we haven't brought enough rope, which is a learning lesson for us. But what we have found back is this old gas bridge. The old gas pipe comes over the river. We're just going to have a bit of a chuck round there. It's not very deep at this time of year.
But it does run straight between all the bunkers.
But it runs all of the bunkers all the way down.
Yeah.
And again, there's as much chance of dumping something in here as anywhere else. So let's have a look, see what we find. Wow, I think that's probably sunk in though.
It's obviously not a deep area in this bit though.
Again?
It's obviously not a deep area in this bit.
Usually the water's much higher, you can see how it's down.
Yeah, it goes up to like there.
Well then the lock was open, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
By that bridge the lock was open, so...
Yeah, it's because we've had a couple of storms, haven't we?
Water out.
And the problem is it's a metal bridge.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be careful. I might catch something, but it's probably going to be the bridge.
Yeah.
Take to this side.
Nice.
Bit of weight this side as well, though, but... Yeah, a bit of weed this side.
Yeah. So basically all we found today is a trowel and that net thing. And the net thing wasn't even found from the magnet, it was just found next to the water.
Right, something that we've took out of, it helps if you let go, something that we took out of the way of all the birds and stuff that's down there though, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not going to get tangled up in that now.
Yeah, exactly. If nothing else, we've had a look at the bunkers, been inside the other one down the bottom there, had a bit of a walk, played around with a magnet for a little bit.
Got out the house.
Yeah, that's half the battle. But like, I mean, I think I've said before anyway, it's all something we want to try. We're going to try it, and you know, if we enjoy it, we enjoy it. If we succeed, we succeed. 9 times out of 10 we're probably going to fail at whatever it is we're doing, but as long as we have fun doing it, we're not really that bothered. Yeah.
Failing's part of learning, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Fail.
Funny as that sounds.
Yeah, fail forward. But still, like we said, if you want to follow us on any adventure, or you've got any suggestions for any adventures or anything really, just put in the comments, like, subscribe, whatever. It's cool.
On to the next.
Yeah, on to the next.
As you can see on the screen right now, we've got a OS maps of the part of the walk we did. It shows the pillboxes. Now the first 4 numbered there with the pillboxes you saw in the video. 1, 2 and 3 are what we call a Lincolnshire three-way, so they're quite unique to Lincolnshire in that they're not really you don't find them anywhere else, and essentially they're pillboxes that are put back to back. They have 3 different fighting areas, so there's a concrete platform in the middle. That was a bit for heavy machine gunners, and then you have the 2 little inside sections before for machine gunners from the viewing platforms. Now pillbox 4 is what I think they call a Stanton pillbox, which is slightly larger. Now these 4 make up 4 of 9 pillboxes that were built around the 1940s, like I'd said, and the purpose of them was to sort of sway off any German invasion. Now they thought that this part of the coastline was going to be prime target for the Germans to invade, hence the old forts. Now the forts predate that, they're much earlier. They date back from the 1914, and they used to have a big old long chain across there to prevent submarines coming through the deep part of the channel. Keep an eye out for the rest of the videos. We are going to look at exploring the rest of the pillboxes. Now, from my understanding, they go all the way up from Tetney Marsh right the way through to Donanook, which is a bit of an RAF range up along the Lincolnshire coast. So, you know, keep an eye out for that in the future. One thing we ask is, if you've got any questions or feedback, please put it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, and join us for some more adventures.